Welcome to the channel, the Code Purple Project. In today's video, we're confronting a topic that's often surrounded by fear, confusion, and stigma: mental health medication. Whether you're considering treatment, supporting a loved one, or just trying to understand more, you're in the right place. Let's begin. For many people struggling with anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, or other mental health conditions, medication can be a life-changing tool. Yet despite its potential to help, there's still a powerful hesitation, a fear of being judged, misunderstood, or becoming dependent. We'll explore the truth about mental health medication, how it works, why the stigma still exists, and what really holds people back from getting the help they need. 10. We fear what we don't understand. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to take mental health medication is simply a lack of knowledge. Terms like SSRIs, antipsychotics, or mood stabilizers sound intimidating, especially when you don't fully understand what they do. Many fear that medication will change their personality, dull their creativity, or make them feel like a zombie. These fears often come from misinformation, media portrayals, or anecdotal horror stories rather than facts. In truth, most medications aim to stabilize brain chemistry, not to erase who you are. 9. The stigma of being on meds. Society still attaches shame to the idea of taking medication for mental health. We wouldn't shame someone for taking insulin for diabetes or a beta blocker for heart disease. Yet people taking antidepressants or anxiety medication are often seen as weak, broken, or unreliable. This double standard keeps many people from seeking the help they need. They suffer in silence, afraid of being judged by friends, coworkers, or even family. That stigma isn't just unfair, it can be dangerous. 8. Medication is often seen as a last resort. Many people believe that if you really tried hard enough, you could manage your mental health without medication. This belief pushes people to delay treatment, often for years. They try every alternative first: diet changes, exercise, meditation, and while these are important, they don't always address the root issue. The idea that medication is a sign of failure makes people feel ashamed for even considering it. But the truth is, for many, medication is part of a full recovery, not a last resort, but a valid, effective tool. 7. Fear of side effects. There's no denying it. Some psychiatric medications come with side effects, especially in the early stages. From sleepiness to weight gain to emotional numbness, the list can be daunting. This fear causes many to avoid even trying medication. But here's the thing. Not everyone experiences side effects, and most are temporary or manageable with adjustments. Doctors now tailor medications more carefully than ever before, and there are a wide range of options to try if one doesn't work. It's a process, but often a worthwhile one. 6. We overestimate the risks and underestimate the benefits. Thanks to selective media coverage and online horror stories, people often believe the risks of mental health medication outweigh the benefits. But what's often left out are the success stories: people who returned to work, reconnected with family, found stability, and avoided crises because their medication worked. In reality, antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, and mood stabilizers have helped millions. While the risks are real and should be discussed with a doctor, they're often small compared to the suffering of untreated mental illness. 5. Cultural and religious beliefs. In some cultures or belief systems, taking medication for mental health is frowned upon, or even forbidden. Some believe that prayer, spiritual healing, or personal willpower should be enough to overcome any psychological challenge. Others associate mental illness with shame or weakness. These beliefs can create deep internal conflict, especially for those who need help but don't want to betray their values. Cultural sensitivity is crucial when addressing mental health, and so is separating myths from medical truth. 4. The quick fix myth. There's a common misconception that people who take medication are just looking for a shortcut, a way to avoid the hard work of therapy or self-reflection. But in reality, most people on medication also engage in therapy, lifestyle changes, and personal development. It helps level the playing field so that individuals can actually engage in healing work. For someone struggling with severe depression or anxiety, medication might be what allows them to get out of bed and show up for therapy in the first place. 3. Misinformation and online fear-mongering. Search for any mental health medication online and you're likely to find terrifying stories on forums, Reddit threads, or poorly sourced blogs. While it's important to listen to people's experiences, Many of these accounts are extreme, biased, or not scientifically accurate. They often leave out context, like dosage issues, untreated conditions, or interactions with other substances. The internet can be a dangerous place for mental health advice. That's why decisions about medication should be made with a licensed professional, not through Google searches. 2. We don't talk about the success stories enough. When medication works well, people often stop talking about it. Why? Because the stigma still exists. They may not want others to know they're on meds, or they fear being labeled. But this silence means that we rarely hear about the millions of people whose lives were transformed for the better. We don't hear about the father who became emotionally present again, the student who finally stopped having panic attacks, or the artist who rediscovered joy. The narrative is skewed toward the negative because the positive stories are kept quiet. 1. The truth. Medication can be life-saving, and there's no shame in it. At the core of all this fear is a difficult truth. Many people suffer more than they have to simply because they're afraid of medication. But here's what needs to be said clearly and without shame. Mental health medication can be life-changing. For some, it's the difference between surviving and living. It's not a crutch. It's not a weakness. It's a tool, just like therapy, support groups, mindfulness, or exercise. And like any tool, it works best when used correctly and in combination with other supports. If you're struggling, there's no shame in seeking medical help. The real strength lies in choosing to fight for your wellness, by any means necessary. If this video helped you better understand the fears and facts around mental health medication, don't forget to like, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments, pass it on to someone who might be struggling, and subscribe to the 𝐶𝐸 Project for more honest conversations and insights. Together, we raise awareness. Together, we break the stigma.